What up, everybody?
I'm rocking out. Love our new music. Yeah, shout out. What's up, chat? What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a lovely Friday. Lovely seeing you all here. Ohio Terp Queen, Rolling Fatties, Jake Rose in the chat. What's up, Spider Reefer? What's up, Spider Reefer?
Doja Ridge is in the house. Maestro's in the house. You know, and John Lindsay, man, that guy is like, I think he was in the chat yesterday, bro.
He's competing to be our first commenter every week. I've noticed he's up there every week. Right after I post the show, hey, happy hour tomorrow. It's like boom, John Lindsay in the comments. Love.
That's right. John Lindsay's in the house.
Love it. Appreciate you guys coming through. Good times, man. Excited to hang with you guys. Happy to be hanging here on 710, man. 710. The second cannabis holiday. What do you guys think about 710? I was going to save that conversation for a little later, but let's just get the heck into it. JR, what does 710 mean to you? What do you think about it?
Well, it just reminds me that there's another opportunity for us all to get together and enjoy each other's company in real life. There's some events around that you know, your local area you might want to get to. We talked about that last week on the show about, you know, finding local friends, and that's a good way to do it. Show up at your 710 event, even if it's 4 dudes and a hot dog.
Yeah, well, and I was thinking, you know, my local dispensary has little sales and events and things happening on 420, or on 420 and on 710. But I was thinking that is a good way if you're looking to make friends, is like go to the local like vendor day type things at your local dispensary and meet some other fellow stoners, and then say, hey, any of you guys like growing? You know, any of you guys like growing your own weed? Any of you guys got your own buds? You know, start the conversation at an event like that. I think is a good place to meet people. I was thinking about 710 today, and I was like, you know, 420 to me is so much about the plant, and it's so much about the medicine, and it's so much about the people who helped us get it where it is today. But to me, 710 is different. To me, 710 is like a celebration of hash and hash culture. And I like hash, man. I'm not a huge like dab dude like a lot of other people are. I'm mostly a flower consumer, and edibles. I like edibles too. But it did get me thinking about, you know, think about all the innovation that's been put into cannabis over the decades or centuries or thousands of years, millennia. All the like technological innovation, all the clever shit that humans have done with cannabis, be it breeding, be it indoor growing and like grow lights and environmental controls, be it hash making and edibles and, you know, all these CO2 extraction, all this crazy like ways we found to make other things out of cannabis. So to me, I'm like, maybe that's what 710 should kind of be about. Maybe 710 should be a celebration of like all the innovation and all the cleverness and all of the skill and talent and love and dedication that's been put in by us, the humans, to like make cannabis into all these cool and amazing things that we're making with it, you know? So to me, I was thinking about that today, and I think I'm going to think about that a little bit more. But I think maybe 710 to me is going to be a day more about the innovation of cannabis, you know, because I'm always blown away by the cool shit we've done as a species with this plant. It's kind of groundbreaking. But what do you guys think?
It does kind of, I think cannabis in general kind of spurs on that innovation. I think stoner ingenuity is on another level, and our desire to understand the science behind what we do has driven plant science in ways I think that other ag does not even come near. And that, like you said, that our ability to pivot. Everything, writing was on the wall with BHO. You know, it's like my state. I was a pretty active blaster, and then they said if you don't have a license and you're not in a licensed facility, you're going to get a Class B felony unexpungible. And so that motivated a lot of dudes to start washing and squishing. I never made that transition just because I'm perfectly happy with bubble. I have a nice jar of bubble.
Me too. I love bubble.
I put a little bubble on my bowl, mix them together, and it gets me where I need to be. I don't need to put in all of the effort, because the guys who do rosin on another level, those guys, they put in the effort, man. It takes a certain amount of skill set in order to create a product that's on a 4 or 5 star level.
Yeah, I will say, the variety of things you can make with cannabis always blows my mind. And I was saying I'm not a big dab or a big hash person. I do love a good bubble hash, man. I loved hanging out with you last year at the cup, a 2025 cup, man. We were smoking a bunch of bubble you brought. That was fantastic. I love smoking good bubble. Man, also, I will give a quick shout out to my rosin press, man. I do think having a rosin press is really cool, even if you're not into making like the super complicated, super wash first and then press the wash stuff. And then even if you're just pressing some flour, man, pressing some flour is a really good time. It's not going to make fucking, 8-star super hash or whatever, but you're going to have a real good time. If you've got some great flour, especially if it's fresher flour, if it's flour you've harvested within the last like month or two, if you can press that, you're going to have a real good time, get some real nice terpy, oily stuff you can dab up, or like Jared was saying, put on top of a bowl, just drizzle a little bit on top, put a little worm in your joint or whatever, man. I love that. That's some of my favorite stuff, is just putting a little hash on a bowl.
And I think it's a great method of preservation. Flour is a very perishable product. Hash in a freezer can stay good for a really long time. And so I think, as a preservation method and a way to utilize waste. When I first started blasting, I think it was like 2012 or something like that. Dude, all my grower friends were literally throwing away garbage bags of trim, and I
Yeah.
started saying, "Hey guys, why don't you separate your shit, fan leaves, and just get the isolated trim, and I'll get down." And bro, I had like bowls, like little cereal bowls full of just, because they would just throw it away. And so it was just
Yeah.
it was a real opportunity for me to be able to, pivot.
Well, that's that stoner innovation, man. To me, that was one of those things that to me is so wonderful about hash and edibles, is the fact that you're using stuff that wouldn't normally get used, right? Or you're using stuff that a lot of people throw away, but you're able to make it into something awesome, and that's still going to be good medicine and still going to be a good time. So, hell yeah. I laughed a little bit when you were talking about things in the fridge, because I was thinking right before the show, it's like, I think I had some of that Scotty Real rosin from like 2 years ago in my fridge still. And just before the show, I was like, did I finish that? And I had to go dig through the back of my fridge just to make sure I didn't have it. So, because I was like, if I have some 2-year-old Scotty Real dabs, we're going to take one of those on the show. But sadly, it's gone. Sadly, I did smoke that at some point and forgot about it.
That was really good. That was the product of Extract Kyle. And man, those two offerings, I think he had that Gator, the Gator one, and then he had the Paloma
Guava
one.
Gator. Yeah, Guava Gator.
Guava Gator.
I think he had Emergency too, if I remember. I'm trying to remember what all Scotty had.
I think
it was a blend. It was a blend.
Yes.
I think the final product was a blend of stuff, but that was excellent work. Excellent collab there from Mr. Scotty Real and Extract Seller Kyle there.
It was really good, really good.
Making it happen. And yeah, didn't he injured it blindly into the contest without telling anybody? And didn't it end up getting like 9th or something? Like,
yeah, he did something like that, 8th or 9th. Right. Yeah. And solid. I think he used that Z Pie that I sent him this year.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah, Go Ahead had some of the Scotty Real Z Pie that was done by Extract Kyle.
Yeah, Default says he did Z Pie this year at the Cup and it was excellent. Yeah, dude, Z Pie. I bet Z Pie makes really nice rosin. I was just thinking about that. The terp profile on that one, I bet that's real nice.
And that was the #1 cut that I had sent him, which had more of the kind of cheesy funk to it, where I think Z Pie 2 is just skunk, funk, and gas.
Nice. Well, hell yeah, excellent job. But yeah, that just got me thinking, like, I was thinking, probably not do much for 710 today, but maybe I'll go squish some rosin later. Maybe I'll go fire up the press Yeah, I did see someone was asking about your shirt in the chat, JR. Where'd you get your cool shirt? Show it off.
Yeah, this is from my buddy Mushpocalypse. He's on
Much
Instagram.
tacos.
He is he's like a professional editor. Like he edits for Shark Week and Discovery Channel,
Hell
and
yeah.
he does these time lapses on his mushroom grows
Oh
that are
yeah.
insane, man. You got
Yeah,
to
go
go
check
check
that
out
out.
Mushpocalypse's IG channel. Is definitely something you'd want to check out.
Yeah, very cool. Now that as soon as you said that, it clicked in my head. Oh yeah, the cool time lapse mushroom dude. Hell yeah. Awesome. That's a cool shirt. I like it. Moving us along, man. So yeah, 710, great day. Also happening today on 710, man, we got the Seeds for Charity event benefiting Operation Green Healing. So
Yeah.
our buddies, Chunky Nugs in the chat there, man. And our buddy Jim over there, Jesus Plants, is going to be doing Seeds for Charity auction tonight, where they're going to be auctioning off a bunch of great seeds, and all the proceeds are going straight to Operation Green Healing, which is our veteran friends who are working to try to get cannabis medicine and cannabis education to veterans, and helping veterans build community around cannabis. So super good cause, super awesome thing. If you guys want to go support that, I would really appreciate it. So head on over there. That'll be right after the show here. So I believe it's 9 p.m. Eastern. I think it starts. So yeah, we'll be doing that right over there. So yeah, go hang out over there. That's awesome. Man, also shout out to To Be Blunt, man. I see To Be Blunt TV in the chat. What's up, To Be Blunt, man? Just a reminder, we're over there on To Be Blunt TV now too. So if you guys want to find us in another place, or if you want to find some other cool cannabis content, head on over there to To Be Blunt TV on YouTube, and you can find the happy hour along with Seeds for Charity, along with a bunch of other great content from Jesse and the boys, man, from the crew.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
I was browsing some of the comments, man, and it's cool to see people who aren't normally exposed to our show get exposed to our show, and I think
Hell yeah.
that's kind of proof in the pudding that they've been trying to mention the whole time, is that collaboratively we all benefit.
Definitely. Yeah. And I have noticed we've had some new people in here for the last few weeks since we've started that collab. So what's up, new people? Like, we're happy to have you.
What up?
Welcome. What up? Yeah. So yeah, happy you could all join us. And yeah, shout out to our buddies over there at To Be Blunt. As well as Seeds for Charity, man. Like I said, go support Seeds for Charity. That's an awesome cause, and putting money in the hands of people helping veterans. So go make that happen. Help support our veterans and help them get access to cannabis medicine and seeds and grow supplies and other good stuff.
And peer-to-peer support. I think that's probably the coolest thing they do, is they don't just send you a pack of seeds and say, here you go. They really put in the peer-to-peer support to help make people successful, and that's huge. I mean, I think that's a big part of what we do here on this show, is we do give away genetics every time, but we also at the same time try to give people the support to make them successful in getting those things wet.
Hell yeah. Yeah, shout out to the Discord over there. Yeah, the veterans Discord. My brain isn't working today, JR. Help me talk. Yeah, shout out to the Operation Green Healing Discord. Go hit up Operation Green Healing. If you're a veteran, or if you just want to show your support, go on over there and hang out with those guys, man. I'm overdue to come hang out with you veterans. So shout out to you, CJ and Rich and all those other people over there in the chat. I see you, and I need to come hang with you. I'm overdue. So we'll be dropping in over there soon. Yeah, and come check out our Discord too. Also, by the way, you can find a link to that in the description below. If you're interested in joining us over there, you can post dank nugs, post topic ideas for the show. It's a great way to get in touch with me or JR if you want to ask us a question or have something to talk about on the show. I will say some of the other platforms that we've been using aren't a great way to get in touch with me at the moment. Instagram, not great. Don't try to DM me on Instagram if you have important business. Send me an email or hit me on the Discord. Same with Real DGC, man. My Real DGC notifications get so fucked up for some reason. I don't know what's going on with the notifications over there, but I get notified anytime anybody posts fucking anything. So I miss a lot of important notifications and stuff over there, which sucks. So I'm working on figuring all that out. But in the meantime, man, Discord is a great way to get in touch with me. I'm over there a lot. You can hit me up on the Happy Hour Discord. And you can also email me or hit me up through my website through Growers Love. It's pretty easy there's a contact me page there, and you can fill it in and it sends it right to me. So, and I usually reply to those within 24 hours. I try to make a point too. So yeah. But
I'm
let's keep
trying
things.
I'm trying to get better about my Discording. I'm going to be going on a show with Jesse coming up. We're going to be talking
Nice.
about cloning and stuff like that. And he's going to be sending me links to help me make sure I do that properly. But I am making an effort to do more Discording, showing some of the stuff. I love showing the stuff that I cook. I love cooking. And someone in the chat mentioned that the Blue Oyster Yakisoba video, which that was a passion of mine, man. Not a lot of views, don't really care. It was a huge passion project for me, and I will keep doing those as I start harvesting stuff out of the garden. I'm starting to really, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the last garden update video, but things are starting to pop. I'm eating more than just carrots, I'll say that.
Nice. Love to see it. Yeah, I've enjoyed your cooking videos over there. I've enjoyed seeing other people's cool cooking stuff too. We have a section over there for cool stoner hobbies, man. I love seeing your guys' just cool stoner hobbies, just interesting shit you're getting yourselves into. I love to see it, man. Celebrating all the cool shit you guys are doing. But speaking of our wonderful community and all the cool shit they're doing, is a boy Jerry in the chat today? Do we see Jerry in the chat? I haven't seen him. I'm looking for him. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to our buddy Sicko Grows, aka Jerry. In our first dank nug of the day here, I wanted to share this one because Jerry gave me a pack of these seeds a while back. This is Jerry's breeding project. Yeah, this is Jerry's breeding project. This is so he says, my OG project. When you give seeds you made to a friend and they make fire, such a good feeling. These are S2s of a cut of Skywalker OG I got in 2005. Doomcough was the S1s. I selected a mother complete with extra fan leaf buds. So yeah, Jerry brought this Doomcough, he called it, to the DGC Cup in 2025 and gave some to me and JR, and I was knocked on my butt. I was like, whoa, that's a little bit
really good. It was one of my favorite smokes of the whole event.
Me too. It was something that stood out to me out of everything we puffed that day, and we puffed
I would say
many a thing.
That and Chad's No Joke. Those two were the things that I really felt like were standouts of that event.
It was the No Joke. It was Jerry's OG, and then it was Maestro's stuff. It was Maestro's.
Oh yeah, Maestro's. That
blew my mind that weekend. That was really like that was the top 5 for me that weekend. Was Maestro's 3 tins plus Jerry's plus the No Joke from Chad. But yeah, no. So this Doomcough, man, it's a Skywalker OG kind of cut he got that he did his own S1 with. So anyway, I have a pack of these or a couple of these seeds that he gave me. I did plant one of them and then I fucked it up. And he's been bugging me about it ever since, asking me, Soup, what happened? Soup, where's the Doomcough? And so anyway, I just wanted to feature this. Jerry, I hope you're in the chat today. I don't know if I see you, but I did just want to say, hey, I still have more seeds. I do plan on circling back around to that. And I just wanted to address too that like my veg room got out of control for the beginning part of this year. I had a bunch of my own stuff I was working on. I had a bunch of new seeds I was popping of other people's stuff, including Jerry's Doomcough. And then I got a bunch of dank clones in the mail from Mr. J Maestro, including the things that were in those 3 tins we were talking about.
I'll tell you what, if you got a cut of that stuffed cherry or that stuffed lemon gelato that he has.
So I have the LCP. I have the lemon cherry pie.
Lemon cherry gelato, right?
Yeah, I have the lemon cherry pie. LCP is what I have, which I'm told is a Paloma cousin kind of. It's a distant relative of the Paloma. But I have I have the Maestro Citrus as well as the number 7th place at the Cup Paloma Night cut that was the 7-weeker from Maestro as well. So I got those 3 really dank, really interesting cuts from Maestro right at the same time as I had all these other seeds going, as I had a bunch of my seeds going. And then next thing I knew, I was like, holy shit, guys, my bedroom is fucking out of control. My bedroom is so packed. I have too much going on. I have to spread these out. I have to hack these down and grow them out. So anyway, that has delayed a lot of my projects, is that I let my bedroom get all out of control. That's also why I owe JR those cuts, by the way, too. Those cuts that Maestro sent
Yes,
me.
you do.
I owe JR a cut of those. But I wanted to make sure I got a nice, healthy, happy cut from a nice, happy, healthy mom before I sent it to you. I did not want to send you something that was overcrowded and packed in my bedroom. Or something I had like in holding in a tent somewhere under a dim little light, just trying to keep it going. So I was like, yeah, I need to grow these out properly and give JR some dank proper cuts. So anyway, just wanted to acknowledge that, and also say Jerry Sicko OG here. I have not forgotten. I'm not forgotten about the Doom cough. It still lives in my brain regularly. I still think about it often when I'm thinking about OGs. I'm like, oh yeah, that Doom cough always comes back to me. So anyway, Jerry, just if you're out there, I want to let you know I'm going to plant more of them. I'm going to make it happen. And also, JR, you do got those cuts incoming one of these days. I'm working on it. I'm in the middle of a big veg room thing right now. So who knows? I put veg room upgrades on the wheel. So maybe we'll talk about it today. But yeah, know that I'm working, know that things are happening. I'm not just sitting here. So, and yeah, shout out to Jerry, man, for this beautiful picture. And yeah, great job on that Doom Cough OG. Sounds fucking dank. And it was when we got to try it. So hell yeah, I'll be circling back around to that one. Most definitely. But yeah, just want to let y'all know I didn't forget about you. Another dank nug we got here. We got this one coming in. Loading. Kind of excited about some of these, man. We got a lot of good ones today.
Yeah, I might as well, while you're loading, I'll talk about our giveaway. Well, my portion of the giveaway today is one of the Gushing Rain clones that I featured on Instagram today. I also put it in the chat section of our Discord. I'm going to be giving that one away. I'm in week 5, day 5 on that one right now, and it is fantastic. I'm excited for that one. So shout out to Medicated King, Medicated Maine, also known as Clumpalicious Genetics.
Yeah, shout out, man. Excellent job there. Doing great. Let's see. I do have that dank nug for you. Let me see. We're going all out of order, getting me all goofed up today. But yeah, here we go. Here is some Gushing Rain. Man, looking real good. Zooming in on it, or trying to zoom in on it. There we go. Gushing Rain, looking fantastic, man. Super frosty.
Really frosty. And like I said, everything is just now starting to come on in the flower room. And so I'm going to be doing daily documentation of all of these. And I'm going to try to get at least a couple of them out a day, just so that people can get an idea of what, the potential of some of this stuff is, because there's some craziness in there. That Cherry Gush, also I think it's my number 2 of it. It's the one that smells just like Emergency, and it is stacking crazy. It's going to be, that one I think is going to be a real banger.
Hell yeah. Looking real good. Speaking of JR clones, I have another dank nug that is a JR clone. So let me get that going on the screen here. Sorry, having technical shuffling happening today. But let's see. Let me get this up. Let's do too many windows. Too many windows. Here we go. Here's the right one. Ahoy grow with the Z Pie, the token cut producer giveaway.
Oh, sweet.
Looking real cool. Yeah, so this was a cut that you gave away to DGC a while back. So it's cool seeing it circle back around.
Feel that volume. There you go.
Sorry. Looking really good there. Real frosty. There we go. Is that better? But yeah, love the color on this one. She is blacked out.
Yeah, and it's heavy. That, to me, all my Z Pie stuff, 1 and 2, is after dinner smoke for me, man. It's super relaxing, super like just chill mode. Definitely chill mode.
Hell yeah. Well, nice job, man. I love seeing the cut getting out there. And great job, Ahoy growing it out, man. Looks dank. Filling up that space nicely. Love the color. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, excited about that Z Pie, man. I was thinking too. So my buddy Michael, who's in the chat today, he's got something really interesting right now. He's got a cut called Peak 112, I think it is. Peak, is that it? Yeah, Peak 112. I got my sample right here. It's like a Gushment cross from Purple City, and it's real heavy and it's real gassy, and it's got just like a straight up dirty socks and tennis balls, like cottony, almost like dirty cotton laundry smell to it. Anyway, makes me think of you, JR. I'm thinking we need to do some Pink 112 or Peak 112 crosses. I was thinking maybe Peak Paloma. What do you think?
Peking Paloma. I like it.
Peak
That
Paloma.
Z Pie that I got, Steve Crabtree, Wichita Steve, sent me some Forbidden Z pollen, and I hit it with that Z Pie. And I'm betting that's going to bring something amazing to the table, and that's going to be part of the giveaway program for this show. I will not be selling those genetics. Those genetics will only be giveaways here on the show. So hop in and try. I had someone hit me up today. Hey, man, how do I win the seeds? I said, show up and comment with the hashtag what we tell you to, and you just might win a pack of seeds. Today you're going to potentially win a clone.
Yeah, and some seeds, man. I got some seeds to give away too, but we got 2 giveaways. We're doing 2 from now on, guys. Just want you to know that because we want seeds and genetics to go out to the people. It's important to us, so we're going to make it happen. But yeah, shout out to a man, and yeah, keep up the good work, everybody. I love seeing all these dank nugs. The dank nugs were out of control this week. Lots of good ones. Where is my screen? I got too many windows today, everybody. Too many windows. Let's see. I have another one I wanted to feature from the Discord. So we're going to bounce back to that, of course, because I have to make things complicated for myself.
All right. At least you're prepared, man.
Well, I mean, prepared is a strong way to put it. No, we got some good stuff happening, man. I wanted to feature some stuff from the Discord, so we're going to jump into there for a minute. But yeah, I did just want to say, first off, shout out to, let's see, right here in the I'm getting lost in the Discord.
Yeah, I pretty much use one. I only use the chat channel because, you know.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all can see this. It's probably pretty small, but we do have, here's our Discord here happening. We got lots of great channels over here, man. I love the dank nug picks, the garden picks, and the 2026 outdoor gardens have been kind of my favorite places to hang out. But also love seeing the stoner hobbies, the garden pets, and the tasty food. We've had lots of interesting tasty food posts, including some great ones from JR. But let's talk about this dank nug, man. This is one sent to me. This was sent from David, who won a pack of seeds from us a week or 2 ago. I'm not sure his full, I didn't want to read his actual name on the show, so I'm not sure what his DGC name is or his internet name is, but shout out to David from the chat. He sent me this picture today. This is some Paloma Night. This is some Paloma Night from his grow. And just want to say, what a beast. What a beast. And I love seeing Paloma Night pictures, man. There's so many times I get pictures of Paloma Night sent to me from people, and I just have to go, wow, wow, she's a monster. And also the word majestic comes to mind a bunch when I get pictures of those. She's always big. She's always announcing herself and being like, hey, everybody, here I am, some dank weed. So excellent job there, man. Love seeing that. And yeah, he bought some more seeds from me. So always happy to see that, man. Love when people are having a great time growing my stuff and love it enough they hit me up for some more. So just wanted to give a shout out to David and say thanks for the great pictures, man. Looking great on that Paloma Night. And I just wanted to say I do have a pack of Paloma Night for us to give away on the show today. So I'll be doing that in a little bit here. We'll give that away.
And if you're lucky, you'll get something furry like that.
Yeah, well, and I say this is definitely an interesting looking pheno. I do see some that are more on this like hairier side, which I think is more of a hazy expression. But love to see it, man.
Poopy Peanut says even the hairs are praying.
Yep. Yep. No, love to see it, man. This looks like an absolute beast. And yeah, love that vigor too. The vigor and just the big old chunk of nugs is something the Paloma and the Paloma Knight in particular are known for. So yeah, just want to say shout out and great job. I also had another like really nice post come in I wanted to mention. This isn't really a dank nug, but this is more just a cool shout out. I got a nice post on Real DGC this week from someone who's just like, "Hey, Soup, you got great seeds and they're a great deal, and just thanks." So I just wanted to feature that and say, "Yeah,
Right
thank
on.
you, thank you for calling that out, and thank you for enjoying the seeds, man." So, real quick, let me just put this up on here. I am jumping all over the place today, man. Let's see. This is from Gringo That Grows over there on Real DGC. He says, I just want to shout out Soup and Growers Love Seeds. If you guys don't know already, they have the Cherry Paloma JR cut and a couple crosses using it at a great price. 3 packs of seeds only ran me just over $110, including shipping. That's pretty much $420 a seed. Doesn't get much better than that for quality genetics. So fuck yeah, dude. Just want to say thanks for shouting it out and say thanks for recognizing that. And say, yeah, like I'm doing a bunch of cool bundles right now. You can get 2 of my premium packs plus 1 freebie pack of your choice for $110. Or if you want to get all 3 of my premium packs, if you want to get the Paloma Piff as well as the Paloma Go Time and the Paloma Night, you can get kind of the whole Paloma lineup, and I'll send you 2 freebies as well as those 3. So you get 5 packs of seeds for $155. Yeah, and I've been running that deal for a while, and I'm gonna keep on running it because I like doing it. I like those bundles. And yeah, just want to say appreciate all the people who have shown me support and all the kindness, man. And in that post too, there was comments from Bread Weasel saying, "Oh yeah, I love Soup's genetics," and comments from Retro as well, shouting it out. Though, just want to say thanks to all you guys in the chat and everybody who's been growing my stuff and helping me spread the word. I'm not good at promoting my work. I'm not good at sharing what I do. And I rely heavily on you guys to do that. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who helps me get the word out, because I'm not good at it, but you guys are doing great. So yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, that's all I got for you on that. But yeah, sorry, we're all over the place today. I went out of order on like every single thing in the opening part of the show today.
Mix it up.
We're just going for it. You know, since we are going out of order, let's just can we give some seeds away? Let's do it early.
Yeah, let's do it early.
Let's do one right now, man. Let's do one right now. I'll do.
While you get that going, I'll talk a little bit about this year's breeding project that I put together.
Yeah.
I've got my plants out in the greenhouse. They've been out there for a little over a week now. I was going to use the Z Pie number 2 or Z Gush as my male. However, I've been working with Goat Head, and I gave him a few packs of the 9-pound hammer a while back, and he got, I think, 3 or 4 males out of it, of which 2 had this, kind of the structure and the vibe I was looking for. And the number 18 was the one I liked the most. And so I've got that here in the in the house, and I'm going to be using it as my male to cross with. I got Cherry Paloma in there as a female. I got Sticky Foot number 2, the clump cut. I got Gushing Rain, which we just featured. Z Pie 1 and 2 will be pollinated by that. And also, your mailman Gross sent me that peanut butter pie from Raw Genetics, which is like a 4-way OG cross, specifically just for this grow. I won't have it as an offering, but it is going to be in this breeding project. I also chose that Cherry Gush that I featured a while back. Not the one in my flower room now, but the one that Uncle Jim cut. The Uncle Jim cut, that is, I have it in flower right now, and it is absolutely fruity pebbles in the milk. Like you smell the pebbles, you smell the milk. It's super, super good. It had pink frost all the way railing all the way down the leaves. So I'm really excited about that. I want to shout out Katsu Genetics. He's the one who donated the 9-pound hammer to me in order for us to find those males. And so that's going to be the lineup for our breeding project. Testing will start like I did last year around November. I'll be sending out tester packs for everyone to try out. I think last round I sent 140 packs out for people to test, and people have found some amazing stuff. I'm really interested in that engine number 9. Holy Toledo has a really explosive version of it in his outdoor this year. And Southwest Selects has the Poop Pheno. And he actually had one of those up for offering this week. If you were on his IG channel, he was actually doing a giveaway for one of those. So I'm excited to see how that stuff turns out. Definitely be doing a bunch of testers again. I really appreciate all you folks doing the testing. And yeah, freaking love Uncle Jim. Definitely.
Yeah, shout out to Uncle Jim and shout out to Trey K, dude. Shout out to Highly Gonginous. Trey K, what's up? Hope you're doing well.
What
And
up?
yes, we friggin' love Uncle Jim as well, man. Shout out to Jimmy. Miss you, Jimmy.
Miss you, Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah, and chat Rips is saying BOGO and freebie pack at Jinx Proof bought a couple of 9-pound hammer and go time winners right there, man. 9-pound hammer is solid. I'm excited you're going to be using 9-pound hammer to breed with. I've been using the go time to breed with, also from Jinx Proof. I really think Jinx has got some awesome stuff. He's got some cool genetics and cool flavors and just cool things that not everybody kind of has in their mix. So,
and I've been talking to Jinx this week. And drumroll, August 21st, he will be on the show.
Yeah.
So I booked him for a little hangout with us here. So stay tuned for that one. Jinx will be on here chopping some game. And that guy's got some knowledge, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Shout out to Jinx, man. Looking forward to hanging with him on the show. He's such a cool, positive person with such a cool perspective on the grow community and what's going on in the world. So looking forward to hanging out with Jinx, man. That's going to be awesome.
And we did a interview with him on Cannabuzz that was more about his glass art, his glass blowing, and how long he's been into glass, more than we did actually about his breeding and his growing. So that was a really good episode because Jinx started out in the Seattle area with basically a bong shop. I mean, he started in the glass industry before he even started in the breeding industry. And I think that's kind of how he got linked up with Subcool. And so there's good stories about that. Go check out that Jinx Proof interview on Cannabuzz.
Hell yeah, very cool. Trey K says she's currently testing for Romulan at the moment, but she would totally test for you. Tell us more about the Romulan testing you're doing sometime, Trey. That'd be really interesting. Romulan genetics is interesting. I like
really good
what they're doing over there. Very cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, we got 98 entries here on the pack of Paloma Night. Give you one more sec to get an entry in. She says, I've been killing cups with Jinxie strain, juicy fruit times sour diesel times cheese. Yeah, so, okay. Jinx has something that's sour diesel. It's called Norton. He calls it Norton. I think it's something he made himself a long time ago. But it's sour diesel. It's a OG sour diesel cut crossed with a cheese cut. And that diesel cheese combo,
so good.
The diesel cheese combo is so nice. And that to me is like the foundation of the go time that's been used in a lot of my work. But yeah, anything that with that Norton cross in it. So yeah, Trey, that's really interesting you're growing that because yeah, the sour diesel cheese combo there is.
And the origins of the cheese is from the skunk lineage. So I think
number 1.
Yeah, and the UK cheese was their version of that, and it was phenomenal.
Very cool. Frank Seeley says Jinx traded me seeds for tattoo machines. That's awesome. That's awesome. Sounds like a Jinx type of thing. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Love to hear it. Should we give these dang seeds away?
Let's do
104 entries. I'm pushing the button.
Oh,
105. You snuck in right at the last minute there, Saul.
Yeah, Saul. Good job.
What's up, Saul? Yeah, hit me up, Saul. I'll send you a pack to grow. If you want something, let me know. I stick 420. I stick
Hey.
420. Congratulations. You won yourself a pack of Palomanites. And a pack of something else. I'm gonna throw a pack of some other thing in there too. I got lots of seeds in the collection. JR and I were talking about it. We're like, we got to get these seeds out to people. They're not doing anybody any good sitting in a box in my guest room. We got to get these out.
Last week's winner won the Boardwalk Betty, and I threw in a pack of Sticky Foot in there. So we're always going to throw in some extras, folks. Always.
Most definitely. So Isaac, hit me up. Congratulations. Hit me up, soupthegardener@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram or one of those other platforms. Yeah, get in touch. I'll get those seeds sent your way. And thank you all for playing. Yeah, we'll do another giveaway later on in the show with a cut from JR.
Yeah.
Very cool. So while we are going today, I was thinking, man, what else do we have to talk about today? We were going to talk about 710. We did that. We were going to talk about Seeds for Charity. We did that. Yeah, we're all out of order today. I fucked myself up by going out of order.
That's okay. 710.
That's all right. We're just rolling with it.
Let's just be scattered.
Spin the dang wheel. That's what we're going to do. We're going to spin the dang wheel. Yep. No, it's time for the wheel of Growtuck. We say here. I am excited to talk about growing with you guys because, yeah, this wheel has been full of topics for a while now. It's been overdue for some spinning. So here we go.
Let's get some spinning on.
Spinning the wheel. And the wheel lands on. Oh, man. Look at that. And it lands on bonus seeds. Bonus seeds. Wow. So we're going to do a third giveaway today. Is that the plan then? Let's do it.
That's what it looks like to me. And if you want me to cover that one, Soup, I will. I definitely will. Still got that.
If you got something ready, I can go grab something, but I got
that Boardwalk Betty on the ready.
All right, let's do a Betty pack. Let's do a Boardwalk Betty pack. So I'll put this up, and we'll do Betty. Hashtag
Betty. Come on.
Betty. So, yeah, give us a hashtag Betty there. It's a 710 miracle, Canna Alicia says. That's right. It's a 710 miracle.
Victory, my friends. Victory.
So give us a hashtag Betty in the chat to enter in that pack of Boardwalk Betty from JR. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. And while that's going, let's spin the wheel again.
Yeah, and again, that's a shout out to Wichita Steve. That was the collab that we did together so that we have seeds to give to all you fine folks.
Hell yeah. Excellent, excellent. So we will keep that rolling. I'm going to, let's see, switch back to this one and we'll spin the wheel, but we'll keep that giveaway going for a little while longer. Let's see here. We're spinning. And she lands on. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh.
Dang it. That would have been a Christmas miracle.
That would have been the 710 miracle right there. That would have been pretty cool. Pretty close. Let's see. So landed on cultural controls. Cultural controls. So I'll put this back up while we talk about that. So, yeah, give us those hashtag Bettys in the chat. But yeah, I want to talk about IPM practices. So I have a spot, the blue section on the wheel until we hit them all is going to be about IPM, man. We're going to be talking about all kinds of different IPM stuff. So the blue section on the wheel has been taken over by IPMs, but it says, man, cultural practices. Cultural practices means how you run your grow determines your risk. How you behave in your garden and the choices you make have a huge impact on your plants and their health. So I just thought this is a really important thing to talk about, right? Making better choices can help you reduce your pest risk. So what are some ways that people can make better choices, JR, or change their habits in their grow to have better IPM practices or protect themselves better?
And I would like to not only talk about bug pressure, but also pathogen pressure. That can be the silent killer that you don't even know. You can't scope for that. You know what I mean? 100%. And so those quarantine protocols, as we're sharing genetics, your quarantine protocols are very, very important. I don't care who you're getting your genetics from. You should, just because things happen in the mail. I mean, your package could be sitting next to the package that somebody ordered full of thrips. You know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I mean. So your your quarantine practices need to be on point for both that, and you really want to push them in an environment that's gonna maybe express some of that stuff. PM is one I would like to maybe put out on the table the most, because back in the day I switched to only growing seed because I was tired of going to these clubs and getting powdery mildew. It almost seemed like anything I got from the Bay Area of in the cookie gin family, all of that shit came with powdery mildew. You know what I mean? And so I think that trying to get that stuff to express, maybe put in the bathroom, run some super cold showers, humidify the room like hell. You know, just do what you can to make sure that that is going to be a safe cut before you bring it in to your veg environment and potentially bring yourself more nightmares. And the other thing, protocol I want to talk about is sex test. I mean, when you're testing, to be looking for instability. I think a lot of the genetics that are passed around in the cookies, the gelatos, and a lot of stuff has that potential. Cherry pie. I mean, anything with cherry pie in it, you should definitely be doing your protocols to make sure that that's going to be a stable cut. And in doing so, what I recommend is when you put those into flower, maybe don't put them in as production, put them in as tests, keep them small, keep their foliage down and the branching down, and then express it and watch it like a hawk to make sure you're not dropping balls or throwing late nanners. You know what I mean? And the later nanners are not a big deal. But the early nanners are a big deal, and they're sometimes harder to spot. So if you've got a cluster fuck of canopy, you might be missing something in there. So isolating your testers, keeping them small, and running them small, I think is going to be a lot better way for you to guarantee that you've got stable genetics before you start putting them into production.
Most definitely. I'm putting on the screen here. This is an old video I made a long time ago about how and why you should quarantine your strains, and how and why you should, if you bring in a new cut, what you should do with it. I recommend dipping is a really good practice when you have new cuts that are really small, so you can take that thing and literally submerge it. You know what I mean? Take some nice, gentle IPM product, man. I really like Tweetment enzymatic soap I use for dips. You can use Green Cleaner, works good as well, or
Lost Coast works
Lost
good.
Coast. Lost Coast is another one. Yeah, but do a full on dip with it.
Yep. And
Dipping clones, and also keep them in an isolated area for a bit, for 2 or 3 weeks, man, before you introduce those to the rest of your room. You would much rather that plant show its powdery mildew or show those bugs that brought with it when it's in a little tent by itself, right? Then you don't want those problems popping up in your main veg room. You don't want those problems popping up around your other cuts that you care about, your other plants you have in flower. Don't risk the plants you got going by bringing in some funky strange weed from outside. So get that stuff in a quarantine area is a really good idea.
And another thing you can do is, like, when you receive like a solo cup like this that is in a medium, if you know, if you really want, you can cut this at its base, dip it like Soup is saying, give it a good dip, and then put it in a cloning situation. And then you're bypassing any pathogens or critters that might be in the medium as it's being handed off to you. So, you know, if at very least you dip this, and if not, take a clone right off of that cup, dip that, and then clone it yourself. And you're gonna help prevent any kind of issues you might run across.
Yeah, and just to show you guys here too, this is my little quarantine tent that's actually in the closet behind me. And here's some cuts that I had brought in, and this just goes to show you this is a 2.5 foot by 2 foot tent. So it's just a little bigger than a 2x2. But yeah, you can see, like, I'm not even taking up half the tent there with my little 4 quarantine plants. So It's really not hard to set up a tiny little closet or a tiny little grow space where you can keep, just a couple of tiny little baby plants for like a week or two. You don't have to have a ton of light either, because you're not necessarily trying to like put these in full veg, at this time. You're just kind of trying to keep an eye on them and wait for any problems to present themselves. But Chunky says, I put my hand upon your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip.
That's right. We all do.
Is excellent advice, Chunky. Excellent advice.
It is very excellent advice.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of dipping clones, a big fan of quarantine as well. But yeah, that's just one of many practices you can do. Some other things about when you're in quarantine: regular scouting, regular preventive sprays, keep them isolated, right? It's about making these decisions in your grow is kind of a big deal. So some other stuff I wrote down under cultural practices. We had a lot of comments in the chat here just a second ago about changing your clothes, right? If you go and you spend a bunch of time working on your outdoor plants, or you're doing a bunch of outdoor gardening or something, you don't want to bring that in with you, right? You don't want to bring them dirty bugs and mold spores and all that other stuff into the grow with you. Before you go into your indoor grow room, change your clothes, take a shower, go clean yourself before you bring that problem into your main grow. Also, another good practice that's like just a decision-making thing you can do is I always try to work in my flowering room first, and then move to the veg room, right? Because I figure the stuff in flower is the stuff you really don't want to infect. So if you had something in the veg room, you don't want to be bringing it in the flower room, right? So kind of thinking about the order in which you work in your grow, and also being mindful about like jumping from room to room a lot is something you can do to help prevent the spread of pests.
I'm that way. When I get up very first thing in the morning, I address the flower room. Then I address the veg room, and then I go outside and I deal with the outside garden all day. You know what I mean? I don't.
Right, and now
the
think
only
about
thing
if you flip that around, right? You'd be asking for it, right? If you wake up in the morning and you go do your outside grow work, and then you go into the veg room, and then you go into the flower room, you just brought all that outside crap into the veg and the flower space, right? So it's an easy thing you can do is just switch the order in which you do things, right? It's not even, you're not doing any extra work. You're just changing the order, and it helps keep your grow a lot safer.
And you can be mindful of the pest pressure that's going to be present during the time of the year you're at. Because there are certain times when the thrips are popping. There's certain times when the spider mites are popping. If you know in your area you've got these issues, then you need to be super mindful of what's popping and when it's popping as you're doing your protocols for how you approach your grow. And like Soup said, sometimes it's best just to dip yourself into hydrochloric acid and then go into your grow.
Yeah, I mean, don't go in there dirty, man. Don't bring your problems in with you. Man, I remember I had a while back, I was working out in my yard, doing a bunch of cleaning and stuff, removing a bunch of weeds, moving a bunch of debris around. And I came back inside the house and I looked down at my shoes, and one of my shoes had like 15 aphids on it, just on the top of my shoe.
Yeah,
I was like, dang, man,
just
dang.
waiting.
Yeah, so that's another really good tip I like, is have a pair of grow shoes. If you've got a dedicated grow area, one really good idea someone gave me a while back is like, just buy a pair of comfy shoes, and they're just your grow room shoes, and just only wear those when you're around your plants. Don't bring your, and I know people also who wear like a little lab coat or something, or a little coat coveralls or something. And, depending on your setup, you may or may not have to take it that seriously, but just think about that type of stuff of just like, hey, putting on a little coverall suit before you go in the grow is like a pretty easy step you can take that limits a lot of the stuff you could be bringing in. Because believe it or not, you are a big source of pests and problems and other things. So, but to go along with that, just talking about best practices and cultural controls, don't bring other people in your grow. Don't bring pets into your grow. Don't bring other people with, don't go to the grow store with a bunch of your friends and then come back to show them your grow. You know what I mean? Think about how you might be spreading things around. And think about, especially when you and your friends are like trading cuts and stuff, be really careful with, quarantining and following best practices there. Some other really interesting best practices I've learned over the years to minimize my pest risk. Shorter veg times was a really interesting one. Someone brought up with me a long time ago about like, the longer you grow a plant, the longer you have more opportunities for something bad to happen to it, right? So if you are growing out a plant for months and months, you're spending 4 months vegging some big monster plant. That's 4 months that plant could get infected, right? That's 4 months of time that plant could have a problem that you're perpetuating by keeping it around that long. So one really good way to just minimize your pest pressure is to just churn and burn, do more plants, smaller plants, shorter veg times. And I hadn't really thought about that until someone called that out. And then I was like, actually, yeah, that's a really good point.
I think that applies to pathogens as well. The longer you keep a mother plant around, the longer it's going to endure different times of stress that are going to diminish its immune system. And when it crashes its immune system, it can be way more susceptible to issues and problems. That's why I've talked about this many times with my moms. I'll bring them up. I'll take a round of clones. I'll bring them up again, take a round of clones, and then they die. I mean, I don't let them go much any more than that, because you don't want to have passing on epigenetics of stress. And you also don't want to have this old plant that's just kind of getting old and is going to be more susceptible to pathogens that you may just have floating around in the air.
Yep. I want a couple of great comments here. Like Trey K says, dudes walking around in tall grass and having bugs in their leg hairs, bringing them in creeps me out. Yep. Yep.
I just think dudes with long leg hairs just creep me out in general.
Just in general, yeah. I also like Trey K says she has grow slippers because I'm a basement dweller. Hell yeah, I like that. Grow slippers, that's awesome.
I like those baller. I've been to this one commercial grow. They have like this box thing. You just step your foot in, it wraps you with one of those like shoe covers. The little like shoe hairnet type things for your shoe.
Yeah.
You just step right in and wham, it goes right on. You're good to go.
I saw someone that had a little shoe wash station thing for their
grow. I've seen that
you
too.
walk in and you rub your feet on a little mat, and then it sprays your shoes, and then you walk through and yeah, dude, that stuff's legit.
Some of them will have how the golf courses have the brush kind of thing, but in the bottom will be a brush in the tray will be some kind of disinfectant. So you'll come in and you'll brush your shoes and you'll put them through that little disinfectant before you go in. That's kind of overkill for me. But I mean, if that's your thing,
depends on your build out, right? It depends on what you have to risk, right? If you've got a multi-million-dollar facility full of rare genetics, that you're trying to clone and hang on to or whatever, then fuck yeah, dude. Whatever step you want to take probably isn't unreasonable, right? The more you have to risk, the more this stuff matters, I think. Some other good cultural controls, man, just not overwatering, right? Think about how many problems overwatering causes in your grow. So just having good watering practices can prevent so many problems with plant pathogens and illnesses and unhappy plants just from watering conditions, but also root conditions can get all fucked up. That can make you more vulnerable to pests. That's another thing too, man, that a lot of people don't talk about is when you have a plant that's a little beat up, that plant is more vulnerable, right? The more a plant goes through, the more kind of beat up it is, the more kind of stress it's under, the more vulnerable it often is to pests, pathogens, and all kinds of other problems. So problems can kind of compound on top of each other. So that's why it's good to, avoid having an issue in the first place, so you don't have things building and building and building and building. But yeah, so many good tips about cultural controls, man. And that's one really important thing I always like to stress to people is a lot of people think IPM is the thing that you spray. Right, IPM is not and it can, I guess, that can be a part of your
one
IPM.
tool in the toolbox.
That's a part of your IPM, yes. But IPM is a big thing with a lot of different things you can keep in mind, and so we're going to be going through a lot more other ways we can look at IPM. Like I said, the blue category on the wheel is now the IPM category, which I love. So we're going to be hammering more of these types of topics, but yeah, just cultural practices, how you run your grow, the decisions you make. So go home tonight and think about when you're working in your grow or next time you're out in your grow, think about how could I run this grow a little bit different that would make this a little bit safer for me as far as pests and pathogens stuff. How could I reduce my risk just by maybe doing things in a different order or changing some of the methods you're using, changing some of the ingredients you're using. There's a ton of different ways you could just switch things up, make slightly different decisions in your grow to get much better outcomes.
And you can use good microbes to outcompete bad microbes in many situations. Like I mentioned, I use the lactic acid bacteria in the cloner, But if you're in an earth box or you're in a sip thing, you can also use those beneficial microbes to make sure nothing funky is going to get in there. Coming up, not this week, but the next week, we have Miles Filippelli coming on, and he's going to be
Yeah.
talking about charging your lines with beneficial microbes that are going to not only
Hmm.
break down organic material, but they're also going to clean your lines and make sure that you don't have any pathogens settling in any dips or any spots like that too. So using your good pathogens, using your good microbes can be an excellent way to outcompete and keep away any kind of pythium or any kind of bad pathogens that you do not want in your situation, especially if you're dealing with stagnant water or water that has to sit in a warm condition. Because
Yeah.
if you've got a small pool of water in 80 degrees, that's going to be a breeding ground for issues, and so you got to be mindful of that kind of stuff.
Yep, yep. Lots of great stuff in the comments. I want to shout out here. First off, Meister says, be clean and not filthy. Yeah, 100%. That is such a good tip right there. Such a good cultural control thing is just keep your damn grow clean. Don't have a bunch
Yeah,
of debris laying everywhere. Don't have a
yeah.
bunch of dirty old soil laying around. I've been bad about this lately. I'm trying to get my grow under control. Like I said, everything got a little
Come
wild
on, Soup.
a little while there, but yeah, keeping things clean, keeping things tidy, getting rid of junk in the grow is huge, man, because that all that stuff is just a breeding ground for problems. Bart Dog had an interesting call here. He says, I highly recommend the GML Predator lights. They use UVC for 5 minutes and kill everything. That's really interesting. So
No,
use
and that's
that's
a
a cool
practice
you
that's now being
yeah.
implemented into big ag. Big ag
Yeah.
is going down these rows with these UVC lights, basically on robots, and they are treating their crops without introducing a shit ton of pesticides, and it's working out really, really well. And so that same concept can be used in your grow room, where you're hitting it for your little 5 minutes of nuke time. You're going to be taking care of any kind of powdery mildews, insects, any of that kind of stuff. They're going to get kind of nuked in the process. And so those kind of practices are good, but there are also things that you have to be very mindful of as far as your own human health.
Yeah.
UVC is no joke. You don't want to be in there hanging out when the UVC lights are on, because that's the
Yep.
recipe for cancer. You don't need that in your life. So if you are implementing some of these more advanced lighting techniques, which I think that is brilliant on their behalf to be able to implement that into their products.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And yeah, that's one of these things about IPM and about cultural practices and like that part of IPM specifically is it is about knowledge, right? It is about understanding
Yes.
these things. It's about knowing how to use UVC properly. It's knowing about how to make use of these things. So that to me is why I always like to stress to people IPM is like a way of life. It's not a product you spray, right? IPM is a way of thinking about your grow. It's a way of thinking about your life too, about thinking about everything, about it's a way about being preventative is probably the best way I like to talk about IPM is IPM is about getting out ahead of your problems. It's not about waiting for problems to come and kick you in the butt and then being like, oh no, what do I do? IPM is about not having those problems in the first place. It's about taking
Yeah,
good
that's the J
practices.
Maestro theory is don't
Yeah.
don't have the problems in the first place and you won't have problems.
Yep.
And there's ways that you can kind of keep an eye out for things as well. People put out sticky traps and things just to make sure that things are on the clean and on the up and up. There are different practices you can do to kind of be aware of what's in your room and what's not in your room.
Yep. Good practices there. Another great comment from Maestro here. He says, the more you're around, the more you'll notice. That's just another
Yeah.
good cultural thing too, is scouting is huge. That's another topic we'll talk about that will come up on the wheel one of these days is we'll talk more about scouting in particular. But yeah, man, scouting is huge. Being in your grow and taking the time is just massive as far as like being in there and noticing problems before the problems notice you.
And
Um,
another thing you can do is, like at Home Depot, they sell these. They're like 2.5 by 3 foot they're like HEPA filter mats. And so you can cut those in circles and insert them around your intake fans, so that you make sure you're filtering everything that's coming in. And more advanced grows will put UVC light in the intake. And so it's nuking anything as it's coming into the air systems that you're using. Because not everybody has the ability to seal a room and run in a sealed environment. You know what I mean? Even if you're in a tent with a lung room, you can apply this filtration on your intake to make sure that you're minimizing what's coming in. Yeah, you're opening the zipper and getting in and out, but you're, as a general rule, as you're cranking that air in and out, you can definitely have filtration systems. And I think someone in the community had these filters that you could just snap on to like a 6-inch fan or whatever your intake happens to be, intake sizes.
Yeah, lots of good products out there, man. And just thinking about this stuff is the biggest thing to me. Thinking about this stuff. So that's my biggest bit of advice I would say is go out to your grow tonight or next time you're out there, go walk around and just spend some time thinking about how could I do this better? How could I have better practices? How could I run my grow in a more organized way? Or how could I do things in a different order? Or what simple little preventative steps could you take that would eliminate a lot of headaches that could potentially be coming at you down the line? So a
And
big part of it is just thinking about this stuff and starting to think in a preventative mindset, not waiting around for a problem, but being out ahead of it.
And also, while we're on that microbe topic, nematodes. Nematodes are a great way to make sure that the medium, when you're in quarantine, if you are going to continue to keep that medium, I've been using those, the little round pellets that
Mm,
come from Arbico. I use the SF nematode because it seems to be pretty
that's the one you
broad in
want. That's
attacking
the
the
one you
stuff
want.
that we're
Yeah.
going to run into. You know what I mean? And they do have a tri-pack too, where you get all three different types in
Yeah,
there.
so a lot of those other nematodes are for grubs. They're actually for like the little grubs you get like in your lawn. If you ever dig up in your lawn and you find like a big weird looking wormy thing. So a lot of those kind of grub nematodes aren't all that helpful in an indoor grow. They're really great in outdoors, especially if you do have a grub type of problem or those type of things. But the SF or the Steiner Neme Felite, I think it is,
Yeah, say it,
nematodes.
Sue.
Yeah, those are the ones you want for fungus gnats and other soil
Thrips and
dwelling,
soil
yeah,
borne
thrips.
reproducers. And so, like
Yeah.
strategies other people do from a beneficial aspect is they'll do nematodes in there to kill any kind of reproductive cycle. And then they'll add like a rove beetle to take care, just in case anything gets out. The rove beetle's going to be there to eliminate anything that comes out. So you can use non chemical approaches to these IPM issues through these microbes and through beneficial insects to help keep your situation pristine and clean.
Yep. And that is a great place for us to cut off that IPM discussion for now, because next time I will put on the wheel biological controls and we can talk more about
Yeah,
different
let's do it.
biological controls, because that's another great aspect of IPM for us to discuss. I did love Trey K in the chat says, I never would have thought I would be buying billions of bugs. And yep, me
Right,
neither. But you know what?
right.
I like it. The bugs work. And yeah, it's a good investment. It's a good investment. Let's give this Boardwalk Betty away. We got 134 entries. Woo! Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Pushing the button. Do. And the winner is
Sip
SIP
grown
Grown.
710
SIP
on
Grown. SIP Grown
710.
710. Woohoo! Look at that. Hell yeah.
Congratulations. Ba-ba-da-bum.
Awesome. So yeah, SIP Grown, get in touch with JR and we will get those beans headed your way. Most definitely.
And
And I want to make sure we have time for one more giveaway. So keep me on track here, JR.
okay. All right.
Because yeah,
Well,
we got to end by 6 because we got to be ready for the Seeds for Charity.
yes. So you might as well go ahead and
Yeah.
announce what the hashtag for that one's going to be and get people already going on it as we wrap
So
this up.
we'll do that one and then we'll do another topic. I think we got time for one more maybe.
One more
Let's
spin.
let's see, working all my windows here. Bear with me. So let's do. Oh man, you're not supposed to see this. It's behind the scenes.
What? He just gave away all the secrets, man.
Hashtag. Let's do. What's this? This is for the clone, right? We still got a clone to give away. So what are we doing now?
The Beautiful Gushing Rain by Medicated
Gushing
Maine.
Rain.
It is the Clumpylicious Genetics offering.
So
And like I said, if you want to see how beautiful that can grow, check out my post that I did on IG today. Also in the Discord chat, that will show you kind of what it looks like in week 5, day 5.
Heck yeah. Well, so let's do. Someone already beat me to it.
And I'll tell you, the Tiki Rain comes in on the very back end. The beginning of it is a rankness, like this raunchiness that I'm having a hard time describing, but then it fades into that kind of Jack Tiki kind of back end that is going to be good. It's going to be real good, folks. And I think it's going to be strong. I think it's going to be a powerful thing. I know he brought some over to One Eye Cat Cannabis to try out, and after trying out some of this stuff, he started cracking a bunch of the stuff that he got from the cup. He got the golden gift, and he got the sticky foot that was being handed out at the cup this year.
Hell yeah.
Thanks
so we
to
got
our good buddy
Gush.
Go Ahead brought all those genetics. I think I sent 45 packs of seeds to give away for y'all at the cup. So I hope you all got in on that.
Yeah, shout out to Goathead hooking up the crew. So we got hashtag Gush happening right now. Hashtag Gush for those of you. We got 90 entries already. Yeah, we'll keep that going for a little bit. And then while that's going, let's do one more spin of the wheel.
Spin the wheel. La, 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 la.
Oh, this is a good one. Guest ideas. I like this
sweet.
one. This is a good one to close us out on. So JR and I have been talking. We have lots of guests lined up for the next few weeks. I'm really excited about a bunch of them, man. All of them, actually. We got all kinds of cool people coming through.
Yeah, Blessed Coast is next week, and that's going to be great.
Coast next week, yeah, talking about seeds and stuff. And then we got Miles
Villapelli, yep.
Yeah, and from fermented plant extracts.
Today I booked a gentleman from the UK because we didn't get to do the UK episode, but he is a cricket poop provider. So he provides, he's a master of gardening and also everything wonderful about the chitinase that you get in the bodies and the biology that you get in their poop. So look forward to that one in August.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so we got lots of great suggestions. I saw someone
I've asked Mr. Growit, Diabolical Medicator, and he does not do interviews.
Oh, okay. That's too bad.
I said it was really too bad because I have asked. You know who else doesn't do interviews? And I've been barking up this tree since I used to write interviews, book interviews for the Dude Grow Show. Is Loving in Her Eyes. Man, I've asked that chick a million times to come on shows, and she just does not do interviews. And you know who else Tiki Madman. We had like 3 interviews with him on cannabis, and then the state of Michigan decided to be a dick to him, and we're really being dicks. So we had to pull all those interviews off the YouTubes. So Tiki Madman is another one that you probably won't see on getting interviewed.
That sucks. Yeah, and I get it, man. Some people aren't into being on camera, and I respect that. You know, I know Loving in Her Eyes is not trying to blow up what she's doing. But yeah, lots of good suggestions. I see in-house genetics. I see a lot of people recommending Brandon Russ. I've had a lot of requests for Brandon Russ.
Yeah, I've had him on cannabis a couple times. Those are really good interviews. The thing I hammer with Brandon is nutrient cycling. That guy has a really good skill set and knowledge base on nutrient cycling. So he's a good guest. I've had him on cannabis twice.
Yeah, that would be good. We could do that sometime. Bark Dog has shouted out his buddy Seed Person a few times. JR and I were checking out Seed Person on Instagram. He's got a bunch of cool stuff. So yeah, I could see Seed Person. We could do maybe JR. I would
Johnny from Huckleberry Hills. I've had
I like that.
I've had him on cannabis 3 times. The first time was way back in the day. And that was when he really broke out with his story about how camp and how going to prison as a very, very young man forever changed his life. And, you know, that episode, I mean, I think I almost came to tears in that episode. That was a very, very impactful. Johnny is a great guy. There's no person I know who's sacrificed more for this plant than that man has. When you give away 10 years of your life to the penitentiary as a very, very young man, that's a pretty fucking tremendous sacrifice.
Ooh, we got a bunch of great suggestions in the chat, JR. We got a lot of people saying Katsu would be good. I think that would be awesome. Katsu would be fun. Pigeon 420, someone shout Pigeon 420 is nice for sure. Duke Diamond would be fun. Mean Gene from Freeborn Selections. Hell yeah. I love talking breeders. You guys know me. I love talking about seeds. Green Bodie. I can THC Matt. Yeah. I was thinking we got to get the To Be Blunt guys to come by sometime, man. We got to get
that for sure.
I think that'll definitely happen. That's in the works. Someone said the Mendo Dope Boys. That'd be fun. We should do Mendo. Hang out with us sometime.
I booked them for the Dude Grow show twice and was able to write some interviews for them. But I've never had them on Cannabis.
Yeah,
Jake
we could try that.
I hit him up. He was supposed to come on, but I think his wife went into labor a little early, and so that interview never happened. And
they're busy guys. Yes.
Yeah,
I know they're busy guys. Dudes for sure. Yeah, that would be fun. I'd be into that. We could try to do that sometime, JR.
Soil King is another
Jeff,
good
interview.
Yeah,
we've had Jeff on. Yeah, I'd love to have Jeff on again anytime. Soil King, yeah. Tad from Kiss Organic. I love Tad. Yeah, Tad Hussey's awesome.
And Brandon, his partner Brandon is also really super knowledgeable. We've had him on Cannabis as well.
Yeah, I'd be down for any of these, man. Lots of great suggestions, everybody. I appreciate it. Variant says, let's do a mutant episode. Yeah, Variant, let's do it. I'd be down for that sometime.
Had him on Cannabis, and Michigan Matt is always a good
Variant on, man. We had a Variant on to talk about some mutants. I'd be down for that. Poem Pondix shouts out Chris Trump. Yeah, Chris Trump would be great. We've hung with Chris Trump before. I wouldn't mind hanging with Chris again sometime. Someone mentioned he's got some new like IPM products and stuff that might be interesting to talk to him about. Yeah.
Oh, another thing I wanted to shout out. This is
Jeremy from Build the Soil will be cool. I wouldn't mind talking to him sometime.
Yeah, a lot of those people are actually on Cannabis if you want to go check out some of those older episodes. Somebody brought up they brought up Grambo. That's great. We love Grambo.
Yeah, Grambo's got a standing invite. Grambo can literally jump in here anytime he wants to hang out. Right. So yeah, Grambo literally has the button to just add himself to the call anytime. So yes, Grambo will be back in for sure. Yeah, would love to get more of these people on. Dr. Riley Kirk's interesting. Paul Stamets, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
That would be really cool.
I bet. Yeah, Paul's he's probably got a lot going on, I imagine. Lots of great suggestions. I would love to talk to just anybody else in the community who fits our vibe, you know what I mean, who fits with what we do, who likes grow talking too. Anybody who can come hang out on the mic with us and talk about plants, I'm always down to have them on, man. I love getting interesting perspectives, and I love having a guest while we do grow talk. I was thinking about this the other day. I love just like when we had Rasta Jeff come and do grow talk with us, that was fantastic. We had Chunky Nugs did an episode when you called in sick one week. Chunky came in and did a bunch of grow talk with me. That was excellent.
Chunky.
Yeah, I love just getting different perspectives from different growers. So I think doing more of that would be really fun. But yeah, love all these ideas, man. Love all these ideas. I would love to talk to someone about edibles and like edible science. That's another one on my to-do list. We talked a little bit about some sort of CBD breeder is also high on my to-do list. We talked about getting Rab from Seattle Chronic or
I need to write that down because I just talked to him the other day. He sent me that sour garlic. Yeah, I traded him the Fresca for the sour garlic. So that one's going to be hopefully at Roots. Is going to be on the menu soon, and I'm stoked about that one. That one's going to be funky, folks.
Yep.
I need to write that down. I need to remind him to come on.
Camo Canamama says we should book Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa, JR. So just get on that for me, will ya?
I'm on a daily with Snoop. I'll hit him up tonight.
just hit up Wiz and be like, hey, come hang out. I'm sure he's down. Yeah, I'd be interested. I'd come on, Wiz Khalifa, come on the show. Come talk
Yeah,
bro.
right. You know, I saw Arian on the James Loud podcast, and I think I did a little post of their snippet that was on there. Arian would be a really interesting person to have on, but I would have such a hard time not talking about Franco, and that would be rough, man. That's harsh. That was a big loss. Big loss to the community, man.
Man, I'm really looking forward to a bunch of the interviews we already have booked too, just to shout that out again, man. We got Jinx coming, we got Miles coming, we got a bunch of breeders coming. Like you're saying, a cricket poop vendor from England. Super excited about that. It's gonna be a real.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Hey, someone in the chat asked how to get a hold of me. It's JR Tokin, Tokin, at tokinsroots.cword. And it's TOKINSROOTS.co, you know.
Yep. Tokens Roots, man. Tokens Roots is the place to be. Yeah, someone said Turp Queen. Turp Queen would be awesome to have on sometime.
Kevin Jodry is someone I've always wanted to get on. I had
cool.
him booked with someone else. They were going to come on for a breeder panel on Cannabis, and there was just kind of a falling out and some drama. So the group of breeders I was going to have on the panel weren't exactly jiving with each other. So that one did not work out.
I hate when that happens. Yeah, man. I mean, we got so many cool people to talk to. Like I said, I would love, man. Shout out to Emily Kyle was someone I was thinking about the other day. Our edibles. She has an awesome edibles website. I would love to talk to like a nutritionist about edibles sometime. That's another.
Yeah. I had Dr. Riley Kirk on Cannabis. We did a really good cannabinoid episode, just talking about cannabinoids and volatile sulfur compounds, and it was really cool. We kind of hit it off, and I actually got to send her a couple Tiki Rain. I sent her 2 cuts of the Tiki Rain.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And I'll just say too, I love talking to ladies in the cannabis community. We don't get enough ladies on the show. I'll say too, man, I hate YouTube. The YouTube analytics is like your audience is 90% men
Dudes
from age
in their
40
40s.
to 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the YouTube numbers said we had 0 women listening to the show, and I was like, "That's not."
They
true,
don't know
dude.
default behavior. Then
that's not true. I was like, "I do know we got some ladies." Yeah, shout out to all of our ladies in the chat. Shout out.
We got
to all
Trey K in the house right now. Come on.
Yeah, man, we got ladies in the house for sure. We got a bunch of Canamama was in here, man. We got a bunch of ladies, so I would love more lady guests on the show. I love hearing about female growers and getting the female perspective on things. I think we often just get the dude perspective, so
very dudeish. I will say to Grateful Gardens 420, you're in luck. Jinx is coming on the 21st of August.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to Jinx, man. Jinx is one of my favorite breeders and just one of my favorite just humans. Jinx is just such a cool person. So I'm really excited to hang out with him. Yeah, that's a good idea. Cannabinoid Boy says do a panel episode and have a few of the ladies from the community involved. That'd be cool. We could do a ladies episode. Man. We should totally do. I guess some of the ladies on the show give you guys the mic for a bit. Let you guys do some grow talk. I'd be super down for that. That'd be really fun. It'd be really cool to get
Trey K on here. Trey K, I think, won second place. She won second place at the Cup.
Man, shout out to Highly Gonginous in the chat, man. I've known Trey for a long time, and yeah, she's definitely a grower I respect a lot. I'd be happy to hang with her anytime to talk about some grow stuff.
And I tried that slurricane that she had. Wow, that was fucking a bell ringer.
Yeah, we really have some fantastic female growers in our community, and it sucks that they don't kind of get the recognition they deserve, I think. So I'd be super down to do a female grower episode or something sometime. I think that would be super fun. So yeah, I'm super down to make that happen. But yeah, just love all the great people and love our community, man. Love our community. And thanks for all the suggestions, guys. I think we give us a lot to think about there. Lots of good ideas. Cause yeah, I never really thought happy hour would be like a great guest experience, but you guys have proven me wrong. And JR has booked some fantastic guests for us, and we've had a great time hanging with them. So, and I really like the idea too of like, sometimes when I have a guest, I feel a lot of feel like we need to make it about the guest, right? And I want to do that. I want to give them the attention they deserve, right? And let them flourish. But I also, man, I don't like when we just do guests and we skip out on the grow talk, right? I want to make sure we do both. So I'm
what I
thinking
like
any guest that'll come do grow talk with us is like
that's
my favorite type
that's
of
right.
guest. That's like my gold standard of guests right there. Is like, if you can come on, tell us about how cool your thing is that you're working on, give us like some cool information about like the awesome project you've got going, and then just play grow talk games with us, man. Spin the wheel and let's talk about topics together, because I love just getting new people and new perspectives on the show. Always makes me smile.
Yeah, Luna All Day
yeah.
was someone mentioned also. Rusty Nails. She was a great interview on cannabis because she's the one who has a great insight for nutrient cycling from a living organic perspective. And she's the one who turned me on. Like, a lot of times people will top dress every 3 weeks or whatever. She's the one who turned me on to don't top dress as much, but top dress every week. And so I kind of follow that religiously. I'm top dressing about every 10 days.
I like that, man. I like that. Down for any of that. Someone said Nebula Hayes, dude. Nebula Hayes would be sweet. I met her at one point. I'm trying to remember where it was, but I bumped into her somewhere and was like, "You're the person with the green hair who does the website." I was like, "Oh, we got to talk." But yeah, I love talking about all these different people, man.
Yeah, it's weird you say that. What was her?
Where did we bump into her?
Website. I talked to her quite a bit. Yes. I talked to her quite a bit back in when it was Google Plus, when we had the Google Plus
so I believe
social
Scotty,
media shits.
I think Scotty knows her somehow, or Scotty has some connection with her. So yeah, we could ask him about it. But yeah, man, I'm so excited to talk to more people. Makes me happy. So yeah, we'll get some more guests coming in. But you know what? It's just about time to let you guys go so you can go hang out with the Seeds for Charity crew. So we had another giveaway, didn't we? Yeah, we're giving away some gush. Don't let me forget. We got to give it away. So 109 entries here on the clone from JR. So I'm pushing the button. And here she goes.
Oh, let's go.
And the final winner of today's show it's John Lindsay.
Hey,
John Lindsay, yes. There you go. Awesome.
That's dude, cool. He's been waiting in chat for 2 days.
That's right. He's been waiting since I post the episode. He's been waiting in chat, ready to enter. So yes, congratulations to John Lindsay. That's awesome. Couldn't happen to a nicer fella. So heck yeah, guys. That's all we got for you this week, man. Final reminder, go hang out with Seeds for Charity. If you're still around, you still feel like hanging for some more good cannabis content and good times and discussions, head on over there to the @JesusPlants YouTube channel. And go check out the Seeds for Charity event going on tonight. Or you can also find it on the To Be Blunt channel, I believe, as well. JR, is that correct? So yeah, on the To Be Blunt TV, I think you can find it there if you're having trouble finding it. But @JesusPlants is the Seeds for Charity YouTube channel. But yeah, go hang out over there, go make some good donations, and yeah, make some good bids for charity. Go and help support the Operation Green Healing folks over there, spreading the good word to cannabis and the veterans, and helping out the veteran community. So yeah, go support them, please. And yeah, anything else, JR?
Happy 710, y'all.
Yeah, there you go. Happy 710, everybody. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Thanks for a great chat. And yeah, keep those suggestions of posts coming in. Like I said, come hang out with us on the Discord. I love hearing from you guys. Send us an email, get in touch. We love your topics. And so much of what we covered today was you guys, right? It was your dank nugs. It was your cool group posts. It was your cool suggestions for the wheel. So make my job easy. Give us lots of cool stuff to talk about, and we will talk about it on the show. But yeah, till next time, keep growing, keep smoking, and have a fantastic weekend.
Growers love.
Later.